Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Circle of the World podcast, where we discuss Joe Abercrombie's First Law series. I am one of your hosts, Lord Chamberlain Jeffrey, and here are my co-hosts.
It's like the George.
And Harrison, the Adept Historical.
We revisit our coverage of Sharp Ends. I say that because even though it's the next entry in Joe's catalog, we have to redo Small Kindnesses because our recording software went kaput, apparently. So let's get started.
You may have heard my very annoyed editor's note at the beginning of the last episode, which I might note is the first editor's note that has ever been put in the episode of the Circle of the World podcast.
Actually, was it? Didn't we have something like in 22? Didn't we like do yeah, I know. We did.
You make it sound like a fucking Civil War veteran or something. Like back in 22.
Back across the Mason-Dixon line. No. It was back in that first year. There was like an editing issue, and in the middle of it,
we did a bloopers episode, and
I don't know if it was a bloopers episode. I remember that I had to pause the editing and record something. I remember that.
All right, okay, it may have been the second editor's note then. Okay, fine. Thank you, Jeffrey.
You're welcome, I guess. Well,
yes, it was a pain in the ass, and now we will move on.
I don't know about moving on. I kind of hold grudges. So Craig is about to get sent to the firing squad. But yeah. So we're gonna revisit Small Kindnesses. We're gonna try to maintain the same enthusiasm as we had last time. Don't know how much that's gonna hold for this episode.
Good thing we're a week ahead, huh, boys?
Good thing. Yes. Apparently. So we're gonna rehash some shit. All right. I realized. Oh, sorry. First segment. We got to thank you, the audience, for being such loyal listeners, even when our recording software betrays me. I appreciate you sticking around. We appreciate you sticking around. This isn't a solo venture. I'm sorry.
It is. No, Jeffrey, you can take responsibility. It's your fault. Why not?
It's all your fault, Jeff. I had to edit for 8 hours. That last episode. Listenable, and it still sounds like shit. So, because quite frankly, we couldn't be asked recording that one again.
We're like, oh fuck! It was like too last minute. It was too last minute when we actually like looked at that. Well, when George looked at it and then told us about it, and we were like, right, bro.
Yeah, the three of us are much easier to record.
So. You got us doing Small Kindnesses again. So with that, we'll move on to our community interaction segment. As you know, folks, at this point, now by the time this episode has released, the Meming Every Chapter sign-up sheet for Sharp Ends is up and running on the House of the Meme Maker subreddit, hosted by yours truly, Sir Spaceman. Get in there if you haven't already, although I believe last time we talked about this, George, you might have mentioned that there's like maybe 2 slots left, if anything, right?
Yeah, it's over now.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, then, sorry.
You can go read them though.
I'm sorry, the order's all fucked up.
It is. The order is all fucked up. Sorry for dangling that carrot in front of you, folks. It has been snatched away now.
But you should still make a meme anyway. Just make a meme anyway.
Yeah, go make memes anyway. It doesn't have to be part of the meming every chapter thing.
Just do what I do when I have to make a meme. Just stare at a template until something comes to you.
Do it for the love of the game, all right? Do it for the love of the game, baby. By the way, I wanted to bring something up that I saw on social media today. Joe Abercrombie is beginning a Kickstarter, I think, to bring signed hardcover editions of the original trilogy to America. Did you see this?
Is that a Kickstarter or is that a special edition?
He linked a Kickstarter, so I looked at it. I didn't actually click it and see. I will tell you right meow.
It's only the finest hearsay here on the Circle of the World.
Finest hearsay. Yes. Okay, no, I'm right. The First Law Kickstarter is now live. Link in bio. Some further details on the blog. Yeah, no, it's a Kickstarter.
I did say. I'm pretty sure I saw those artworks for the special editions, the hardcovers. That artwork is a little bit funny to me. I don't know if anybody's seen it. You know, it's the first one with the cliff, and the second one with Glockter, and the third one with Giselle lifting up the beam.
Yeah, I see that.
They're all, I don't know. They feel a little bit.
I think they look
cool. We reserve some reservations. I know that we are all trying to pad the time out, so we don't really want to do this episode again. But that's not the audience's fault. Or maybe it is. But I will say that obviously we had a positive influence on Joe. As with most British citizens, they come over here and they go, "Wow, what a beautiful country! I love the food.
Bigger is better.
Oh my God, I've never had anything truly fried in my life. The fish is amazing. The women." No, we're not gonna go there. The point is Joe obviously was.
What do you call this? Seasonings. Seasonings. That's what it is.
Nah, fuck you.
Anyways, he had such a good time. He was like, "I gotta reward these good citizens with special editions." That's the real
I like
win.
them. If you look at the artwork, I like them. I know George is a little let down, but that's because you're spoiled. You get nothing but the hardcovers.
You know what? The one thing I don't like is the painting in the second one. You know, the one that's meant to be the whole it's meant to be like a fresco and it's meant to be like a religious thing, but it's just like a really plain painting of some dudes walking by a dead body.
It's just Glockta on a chair, I think.
Anyway, we should get on with no. In the background, like most of the picture is that painting, and it's meant to be the seven magi walking past the dead body of
7,
whatever 13, 12.
Please correct the Arschlechter.
It's 11.
It's supposed to be 12 with Kalul.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah. Anyway,
wait, actually, is it supposed to be 13?
it just I don't know.
That's what.
It's a little bit lacking.
We're winging it.
It's
All
like
right.
somebody described it to him,
Mhm.
and then he painted it instead of actually being. I don't know. I'll cut this all out, by the way.
No, leave it. It's fun. And to the ending part of this community interaction segment, by now you have seen that our return to Reddit has been enacted, and actually people were pretty positive and nice about it. And yeah, and actually apparently we reached some new people that didn't even know podcasts existed. So I guess getting banned from Reddit is not necessarily a great thing. So we will we will attempt to promise to try to not call for the deaths of all pedophiles. So this is Small Kindnesses. All right, it's Westport, autumn 573. Chev meets Javra. End the story. Fucking done.
I like how to our audience, our beautiful audience, they have no clue what we're going through right now. And I almost just want to make this like a spoof episode. Because to be honest, guys, we don't even like this chapter that much. I mean, it's fine. It's a good intro, but we have listen, Jeffrey, you don't gotta do a play-by-play. You probably overdid it last time.
I won't. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hit the main points, all right?
All right,
folks.
Done. Perfect.
We have Chev in Westport. Chev is a 22-year-old hottie, also a lesbo.
even more hot.
You don't know that, Jeff. You don't know that.
Listen, I think all people in the circle of the world are hot. So excuse me. All right, I think we're all. Even Severard. How dare you? Our precious boy. How dare you? Speaking of Severard, he's here. He's about 19, 20 in this one. Patchy face, beard. Doesn't really have a beard. We know he's going to be in his early 20s or mid 20s by the time the blade itself. Anyway. So Chev has her own smokehouse in Westport. She comes across this body in the doorway as she comes to open it one morning. She's like, "What the fuck? Who's out here getting drunk and falling in front of my door?" Turns out it's not a giant man; it's a giant woman, a redhead, and has a lot of blood on her head
and a lot of muscles.
And a lot of muscles. Severard comes through. He's like, "Yo, we gotta get this girl out of here." Javra's like, "Nah, cause I'm nice." I'm sorry. Chev is like, "Nah, cause I'm nice." Chev is like that. And then so Chev and Severard bring this giantess, this Amazonian, into the building, and they lay her on the cot. and they just put her to sleep. They just put a coat over her, and they're like, "All right, sweetie pie, get some shut eye.
Sleep on that cock there."
Cot.
He said cot. He did say cot.
I did say cot. I said clot at first. Anyway, so
and mind you, just a small note. This little smokehouse in Westport. Westport is a diverse city, but this little smokehouse is very sad. She has
It's
got
not-
these prayer. She's got these prayer bells that are like from
Mhm.
Thond. Oh, what do you know? They're from Thond, and they're kind of nice. That's it. Everything else, shit. There's mold growing on the wall. Everything's greasy. So Severod, I do like this conversation. I think it lines it up perfectly. What her situation is like. He's like, well, what do we have over our competitors? Or she says that to him. I'm sorry. She's like, well, what do we have over our competitor? He's like, cheap.
It's like, yeah, but not that.
Mhm.
And he was like looking at her weird, and she's like, customer service. And he's like, oh, gross.
Ah.
But Husk people don't care about Husk where you smoke it. People just love smoking Husk anyway. So, but it's not long before some hot babe comes to the doorway. Jeffrey,
Mhm.
you like the hot babes in this book. Go on.
Oh, I love all the babes, but Karkov comes in, and Karkov is a hottie, and as soon as she walks in, you're hearing like the jazz music play of like the femme fatale. You're hearing wolf whistles. Chev's eyes are bulging out of her fucking sockets. That kind of thing. And then Karkov just all she has to do is just says, "Hey, Chev," and Chev's like, she's losing it. And then basically Karkov's like, do you want to like do a job with me in Talons? And Chev's like, no, because like I might have been a thief and a very good one, but like I don't really trust you to like not leave me in the alleyways. So Chev refuses her. It took all of Chev's willpower to refuse Karkov, but she did it. Good on her, right? Some people can refuse the pussy. So Chev, Karkov walks out. No big deal. Somebody else walks in. Chev thinks it's another customer, and it is not. It is this guy named Mason walks in. Mason's a big man, and he's also muscle for a local gang of criminals. And the leader of this so-called gang, his name is Crandall, and he walks in. Harrison, how's his voice go?
Yo, I can't do it. I can't do it straight. He, he
Do-
sounds like
Do morning Shebediah.
good morning, Zebediah.
What were you gonna say about him?
He's I mean, I think Pacey does such a good job with his voice because imagine the most spoiled little prickhead meatball of a man speaking to you. Except it also sounds like he's been smoking like right before he spoke to you, and he's been smoking since he came out of the womb. So he's got like a smoker's roughness.
Hey.
Hey, Jeffrey, you have a beautiful voice and amazingly,
Which-
completely not affected by your cigarettes.
Yes, and your
Thank you.
course definitely doesn't sound like Marshall's.
Homer.
Your August Majesty!
I love war. Henry, I want to fuck you.
It's becoming
I'm
more
sorry.
evil.
I'm
Yeah. My name is Crandall. My daddy owns the city. I'm a criminal scumbag.
Yeah, apparently his dad is Harold the Finger, which is a crazy name. um, and, and so Crandall comes in with a couple of goons, and they're like, "Hey, so you're gonna do this job for us?" And Chev's like, "No, because I'm not a thief anymore." And they're like, "Yeah, you are." She's like, "No." They go, "Yeah, or we'll kill you." She goes, "Okay, I'm a thief," which is what the fuck. So they basically Crandall's the one that forces her to go steal something, right? Mason feels bad about this. He doesn't like doing it. And Mason's only there because Crandall's daddy probably told him to, right? To protect the Crandall the shit. So anyway.
I like how all of Mason's stuff is all inferred as well. Like he barely says anything, but it's all
The look on his face.
he did this as if, he's just a little shit. But what can
As
I
if
do?
sorry.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't really have a choice.
Mason, you have to do what I say because my daddy told me.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So apparently, Crandall forces her. She agrees. Whatever. Cut. We cut away. And Chev, long story short, by having some nice plans laid ahead of time, right? She
Yeah, caution first always is definitely what she lives by.
Yeah, right. That's where probably Severard told Glock
Well, you
about.
can just say that it's basically like the perfect Mission Impossible montage. Like she does everything where she gets in, climb over the roof, and they down the wall, and then just suddenly open the door, and somebody's in the bedroom.
Yeah, she had paid women to fight in the street to distract the guards. She has a guy waiting beneath the window with a wagon of hay. She has it all set up. And George, like you said, she walks into a bedroom, sees the satchel she needs to steal, doesn't look inside because she's a professional, right? And she grabs it, turns around, and she made a noise, and somebody that's in the bed in this bedroom wakes up. And then it just unleashes the loudest scream anyone's ever heard in the history of literature, apparently. So now Chef's got to, run, jump out the window, land in the wagon of hay. Wagon goes one way to distract somebody. She shuffles off into the darkness because she got hurt, obviously, because when she fell, her ribs landed on the side of the cart, which, obviously sucks.
Yeah, that should definitely kill you. But Chev is nimble at least.
Very nimble, very nimble. So she makes it back to the smokehouse. Severard's there still. She goes, hey, well, Severard's like, hey, we have this one person left. I forget this guy's his name. That is, he's still smoking. And she's like, you got to get him out of here.
I do love this moment.
Oh, Barrick.
Yeah, Barrick. This poor old guy that's just obviously had some fucking awful trauma with his wife dying and just has nothing else to live for but come to this place and smoking every day. And it's just like a tiny little bit of tragedy packed into this little sketch here, which is just like Joe.
Yeah, that's well said. He's always like, hey, you see this little person? Look how much he suffered. It's like either we get that person or we get, you're like, wow, this person seems like a somebody I could root for, and he's like, actually, he's an asshole.
Actually, he's an asshole. Yeah.
That old man is a war criminal.
War criminal.
Anyway, so they kick him out.
Yeah, they kick him out, and then Chef's like, Severard, you need to leave, go home, because just in case there's any trouble, don't want you here.
And by the way, there were two mentions, a little bit of on Severard. Sorry, they I kept wanting to say Savian. Severard was like he wants to protect Chef, and Karkov's like, I think that boy's in love with you, and she's like, no, he's not. And then he keeps trying to protect her. Like whenever they very first came down there, he grabbed a piece of wood and he's like, "Yeah, I'll fuck you up with this broom."
It's like three guys, and hardened criminals. He's like,
"Yes,
just go home, man."
And Chev is like, "Oh my god, maybe he is in love with me."
Oh god, he's barking up the wrong tree though.
But she also does say, well, "You need to go take care of your birds." He still has the bird.
He's had them his entire life.
Yeah, are they the same birds? Are they cuckoos? The only birds we know about in the first one.
I'm sure there's pigeons. Somebody mentioned pigeons.
I think pigeons are mentioned. You're right. By Glock,
and crows and carrion, right? Carrion.
Oh my god, maybe that's the only four birds in the entire circle of the world.
He's definitely a pigeon fancier. He's
definitely a pigeon guy. Definitely.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So Chef sends him on his way. And then not too long after, Crandall and Mason come in. And Chev, before they come in, Chev's kind of like checking to make sure, like, oh, do I have weapons nearby? Oh, my escape routes. And then while Crandall and Mason come in, the other thugs come in through those escape routes. So there's no really escaping for her in case she needed to escape. But she shouldn't need to because she got the satchel. You got it. How do you do the voice, Harrison? How does Crandall say? Did you get the bag?
Did you get the bag? Did you look inside?
And she said,
You're
no.
not supposed to look inside.
She didn't look inside, and she gave him the satchel. He's like, great, thank you. And then he looks inside, and he gets pissed because he's like, what kind of game are you playing here? Because apparently it's empty. So she goes, what the fuck? You didn't tell me that was supposed to be in it. You said grab the satchel. I grabbed the satchel. That's all I did. And you didn't tell me that, in her words, that there was going to be a champion screamer in the room, which is still a great line.
Champion streamers. Oh, I fucking love that line. Oh my lord. It makes me so happy every time I hear the word champion screamer. Well, listen to that audiobook. Oh my lord.
That's a good one. She got the satchel, but that's not good enough. So they basically Crandall punches her in the stomach, and then a couple of the thugs yoke her up against the wall, and he takes out a hatchet, and he's like, I'm gonna...
Let's just say that things are looking dire for Chevalier.
Yeah, they really are. And Mason's still in the background like, I'm sorry. It's out of my hands.
It's out of my hands. Yes.
He's the boss's son. You all know the boss's son's always a little shit. He's the worst. Well, so, and like George said, at the very moment where things are just looking so bleak for Chev, somebody goes, well, I haven't seen a prayer bell in a long time, or something like that, right? That's what she said?
Yes, she says that it's like third dynasty or something, which implies that like they have like a kind of like perhaps like a Chinese. I'm so sorry, Jeffrey. I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Did you just say Chinese?
Yeah, maybe like a Chinese connection.
I think dynasty.
Wow.
Brings up kind of Chinese.
No, dynasties are all over the world. Wow, Harrison, your racism is really showing its face again. I see.
Well, no, you're really acting like
that's
Donald
literally-
Trump
Yeah,
right
but
now,
it's the only one that the history is defined by. Like, it's the first dynasty. And the
No, it's not.
second
No, it's not. It's not the only one. It's not the only one.
Not the only one, but it's the big one.
It is the
Okay,
most famous
hang
one.
on. I have another one. Jeffrey,
Hit me.
it appreciates your European mindset. The
Okay.
Egyptians, who are Africans, also go a lot of dynasties. In the
Yes, they do.
ancient
There
empire.
we go. There we go.
There you
Okay.
go. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
So you got to
Ancient.
you got to be fair. You got to be fair.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, I suggested Chinese because the Egyptian civilization failed, but also there is a measure of there's a suggestion as we learn through this book as it goes on that they have a very structured society, very structured, and they have very strict laws, and they're very like religious, and they have like orders for things and sects and all that stuff. And so it screams a lot more Chinese than it does ancient Egyptian, especially with the technology they have and stuff too. They have all these, ancient / advanced / magical stuff. One of them even have like that chain blade thing. Come on, that's not Egyptian influence.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, Jimmy. Don is now China. Don is China.
All this China. All right. I mean, so as Harrison rightly or wrongly pointed out with the dynasty stuff about Thond and everything, Javra is just kind of moseying around the shop and was like, wow, look at what's going on here. And everyone's kind of like, who the fuck is this bitch? And then Javra goes, I will need to first Javra goes, oh, who put me to bed?
Yeah. Just one finger.
She just one finger. She goes, me. She goes, that is a kindness I will not forget. Do you have my sword? No. I will need to steal it back. Do you know of any of a good thief? And then Chev again, one finger up. And then she goes, "Great, love to hear that." And then she goes, "Wait a minute." She looks at these men. She goes, "Are these men bothering you? Like, what's going on here?" And it was just funny. She asked that as they have her up against the wall, and Crandall has an axe, inches.
You know, you never know. Some people are into some weird shit. You know,
He does say that.
God.
And then she basically says, "Unhand her, or else you shall face Jadra, the lioness of hopscotch." And and
And hot stop.
whatever.
God, no, it's not whatever. She's not fucking. She's. Can you imagine? She
Oh, I
like
love it. I love it.
she takes out some like
It
little.
has been a long Friday. You're going to have to accept this, or at least excuse me.
She gets some like drawing chalk and like lays it out. She's like, "You first."
She
I am
beats
the master. You know that doesn't even sound unlike her. I am the master of hot scop.
So, long story short, she beats the shit out of these guys. She beats up. I mean, when I say beats up, I mean I know she kills at least one or two of them. Practically, She breaks them. Yes, she probably kills Mason because he's the last one there. He's the one that gives her the toughest fight, but she practically just smacks him over the head with the prayer bells, and those things are straight up bronze. Or Harrison, what do the Chinese use to make bells, according to you?
Oh my god! Come on.
Actually, Jeffy, you have to make bells out of brass.
Brass. There you go. Thank you. So, all right. So it looks like George is the new expert on Chineseism. So anyway,
Chineseism. Oh my! You're gonna have to cut this whole thing out.
George's the new expert on Asian empires. Fuck me, or at least bell making procedures, whatever.
So if you're not Chinese, you don't know any other Asian. I'm just kidding. Anyway. I do think Jabber's personality is like a precursor to Vega from the Devils. They're very, very similar.
Okay.
She's like, Vega's a bit more forgetful. But Jabber, they both have like the both same like laissez-faire spirit of like loving violence and being in the moment and fucking a whole bunch of men. They love fucking men and they're ripped as shit and they're very. It's like she's the precursor to her.
I definitely feel like Joe was doing a bit of an experiment with Jovra.
Yeah. Okay.
As much as I like the character in and of herself, I feel like she doesn't really. I can feel like this is sort of like a bit of an offshoot, like a, what if or whatever.
Oh, interesting thought process. Okay.
Yeah. That being said, I cannot stand the people who are like, who whenever Joe's this is canon. Some people do not include Javra into the lineup of good fighters. I get absolutely irritated because I'm like, oh, because what? She's inside the sharp ends, and because she's a woman. Is that why? And honestly, I think
it's probably more to do with that last part.
People always say like you don't see her actually fight. It's like, well, you don't really see anybody really actually fight unless you see from their POV.
Yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, they were just fighting. That's what they see. Like some character sees that character and says, and they were fighting.
Yeah, and like how can you say that Javra is not a good fighter whenever she has more quote unquote feats than Shivers does? Like
what are the feats?
Well, she defeats all of her sisters throughout the course of the book, who are all building deadly weapons. She also, at the end of the book, she is alone, without a weapon, completely surrounded by her enemies in a locked fortress on an island, and she gets out.
Yeah.
She also beats literally everybody, no problem. And the one person who can stand up to her, which she does have a power scaling character, is Warren. Warren does actually match each other.
A comic effect as well.
Yes, it is, but also like it's how
I feel like because Javra is more of a comedic character, it's like Deadpool in the Marvel universe, right? He's always gonna win because he can't die and he's just like got plot armor.
Yeah, maybe to a degree, but Logan does some crazy shit and no one questions it because he just goes into rage mode. You know, like that's what I don't as inconsistent fandom view because she's kind of funny, then it must not be taken seriously.
I
Even
gotta,
though we take other characters seriously, even though they do more quote unquote unrealistic things.
yeah, I don't again. I'm reading Sharp Ends again for the first time since I read it last, which was the only time, which is some years ago. So I gotta, obviously when we read through it, we'll, see the feats that Java does and everything, that she accomplishes. The notion that she, people don't want her to be a good fighter, is, that don't consider her to be a good fighter because she's a woman. I mean, obviously that's clearly just, misogyny. Um,
And she's fucking it's like the tallest person and the most like muscle person.
Lean.
yeah, I don't. To my recollection, I don't remember any feats that stuck out that I was like, that's impossible or whatever the fuck. But I
She
do
beats the
remember.
fuck out of 4 guys on her own.
Well,
With
she does that here now, and that's pretty badass. So I don't know. I gotta, we'll see what
We'll
happens.
see.
We'll see.
Even
We're,
in
we're
everything,
the authority
she did,
here.
it's a whole bunch of guys' ass everything. Yes, that's the other thing too. She's actually not as powerful, and she doesn't have her sword
Mhm.
either.
And I
So,
wonder
just-
who
So
wonder who.
she just walks in and goes, "Yep." And who's the good guy? Who's the bad guys? All right, okay, let's go.
Okay. One more point to share, and that's the fact that we take Logan's feat where he fights 3 guys, and he's been out of practice, but he's not exhausted. And we take Javer's feat of fighting these 4 guys, and those guys that Logan fought were just like, rapscallions.
Who
They
you
were
talking about?
beggars. The guys who he defends, Brother Longfoot from. Remember?
Oh, those guys.
In this
Yeah.
scene.
I mean,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
here's well, it's hard. It's hard with Logan because he always, when he goes straight up bloody 9, he's always fighting. It's always like more than one person, and he's like taking out kids.
Yeah,
and
but he's not doing the bloody 9 thing here. He's just fighting. Yeah, he fights those guys off. There's like 3 of them. He beats them up real quick. Javer does basically the same exact thing to 4 guys.
Right.
My point is, she's comparable to the best fighters. That's my only point. I'm not saying she's better than.
No. It's totally normal. It's reasonable. Anybody that disagrees. I mean, look, people are entitled to their own opinions, but yeah, they're fools. I mean, come on now. She's obviously up. She's up in the upper echelon of top tier fighters. She is.
She's A tier, maybe S tier.
I don't know. Okay, whatever that means.
Whatever that means, Jeffrey.
Just don't worry about it, Jeff.
Isn't S tier the top?
Don't go down that rabbit hole. Just leave it.
No.
S tier's top. Yes.
Okay, all right. So it's like Marvel vs. Capcom, right? I think, or no? Fuck. Whatever.
Yeah.
You're just yesing me to death. I appreciate that. Thank you. So anyway, Java beats the shit out of these 4 people, kills them practically, if not. She does throw a knife into one of their guys, the thug's legs, and he basically is like, "Fuck this," and he leaves.
It's the smartest man in the whole circle of the world.
Seriously, he's like, "Oh no, I'm out. Fuck this." And then at this point, Java's bearing down on Crandall, and Crandall's like, "Wait. Harrison, you do it. I can't do it."
Wait. My father has money. Wait.
And then at that point, Crandall turns around, and Chev has the hatchet, and she just basically fucking splits his head, and is like, "Oh, Chev is not the kind of person to do that." And she kind of just she was so angry, obviously, because being harassed and beaten up in her own smoke shop. I mean, come on now. So of course she's gonna do it. So now she's kind of got to go on the run. So Java and her, they get out of the smokehouse. Severar comes up and he's like, "Yo, what happened?" And they're like, "Buddy, you're gonna have to go home. Just get the fuck out of here and take care of yourself." And Severard at this point, he goes, "This is what happens. This is what happens when you do a kindness." And then Jafar goes, "By the way, do you happen to have an older brother? Fighting always gets me in the mood. Maybe brothers."
If anybody was alive after she beat him up, they all got burned alive. The
Yeah.
smokehouse goes up in flames, dividing the coals on the ground and everything. So it
Yeah.
actually, So
Yeah.
so if anybody was alive, they're not anymore.
No, and the one guy that left, the one guy that left, Java, I guess, as they're walking by him, she just throws him into the bushes by the wall. So he probably got, if he didn't die for smoke inhalation, he might have survived. We'll see. We never know what
He's
happens.
probably the one that's going to get blamed for it. Yeah, the one guy that's passed out drunk next to the burned down pub. Yeah, he probably did it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so Java goes to Chev like, hey, so now about stealing this sword of mine. And that's the end of that chapter. So, boys, how do you rate this initial chapter of the Chev and Java saga?
We should go back and really think about this as like Joe is just doing a fucking Abbott and Costello fucking sketch. Like a really classic comedy duo. Everything's at the extreme. And Joe writes characters so well that we have the little weasel, and he's the most annoying little weasel ever. And we have the like hardy henchman that doesn't really want to be there. And he's like, all the archetypes are really perfectly filled. And this chapter doesn't land that well for me, but the rest of it goes on better. So I reckon a 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that because it has like you said, it has all the trappings, but this is only just the beginning of the Abbott and Costello like partnership, right? So the majority of it is just Chev, sweating for Kharkov, Severard sweating for Chev, Crandall's sweating for a satchel. You know what I mean? So not really a lot has happened here.
Java's sweating for some
Dick.
Everyone is really horny in this book. Everyone is just.
Yeah, it's crazy. She asked Everard if he has an older brother, and he's like, "Huh." Then she goes, "Matter of fact, do you have brothers?" She wants them all. So, oh Jesus, get it, girl, get it, queen.
That's totally fair, George. I do view the books, like this book in particular, like yes, it's funnier and more lighthearted for the most part, but like it's still Joe does a good job at keeping it still pretty. Like it still feels like Joe stuff. He's not going out. It feels more like the Devils than it does First Law, but it doesn't feel like even the Devils still feels pretty, Abercrombie. So I'm just gonna say I'm trying to get rid of my second read through or second episode bias from last time. It's hard for me to do. I'm gonna name it. I'm gonna give it a 3 and a knuckle. That's what I'm feeling.
That's what I was gonna do too, because I feel like that's what I gave it last time. I could be wrong, but you think I gave it more something different, George? Oh, you don't know. So I'm gonna give it a 3 and a knuckle. It's an introductory chapter to Chev and Java. Some funny parts. One of the things I did like is how when Chev is actually, doing the thieving, she's like, "Best fucking thief in Westport." That kind of thing. That's pretty cool. But it's a nice little throwback to see Severard, our sweet little boy, before he got his neck forced into a 90-degree angle by fucking Practical Frost.
Oh, and we didn't talk about it too much. Well, we did talk about it the first time we recorded. The fact that Severod's age, right? Like you mentioned how he's like 19, 20 or whatever. He's obviously very young, relatively speaking. Maybe younger, maybe a little older, but still, around 20. But like the blade itself happens 2 years later, and the whole story takes place over like, year and a half, 2 years, or whatever. So like he's probably not even 25 yet when he dies.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, you're right.
And Glockta even mentions when he takes off his mask at one point, he's like, man, he forgets how young he is. But like in our minds, when we're hearing Severod, we're like, this guy's probably like, 28, 30, 34, who knows? to Glockta, he's young looking. But like we don't think about the fact that he's like his frontal lobe isn't even fully developed.
That's crazy.
Like a lot of these characters, they just get caught up in like things that are going on, like things that have nothing to do with them. So, like, Severard is perfectly capable, but if he hadn't got caught up with that particular plot with Glockta, then he probably would have done well.
That's the thing. Like, when we meet Severard in the Blade itself, he's very nonchalant, right? cracks jokes. Him and Frost or whatever.
He's pretty competent as well, isn't he? You know,
He's
he
very
fights-
competent. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it's like a huge level up from here. 2 years later, he's he's really good with the crossbow, really good with like the knives and sneaking in. And it's like Jesus Christ, is that like what the fuck? Was he on an
But he's
accelerated
also good
program?
with the investigative stuff. Like he goes and finds who Glockter wants him to find. Yeah,
Mhm.
we found this person. They're going to be at this place at this time, and he knows how to do all that. So
Yeah.
it's clearly like he's really, really intelligent. He's just took the wrong bribes from the wrong people and looked after the fucking pigeons.
I'm just saying that's a crazy in that short amount of time, because it's not a lot of time, 2 years to develop like those skills and to be really competent, right? Where you can be stealth, you can sneak around stealthily, like I said, utilize a crossbow, be very good at aiming a crossbow. Like crossbows, bows are they're a little finicky. How many times are you gonna be like on the dot every time, right? And apparently, like the way this book is like he's pretty much on the dot. He doesn't really miss, at least in the Blade itself and the original trilogy. I mean, so it is interesting to see the speed in which he's developed these skills. That's all.
Yes,
That's all.
I agree.
And especially considering how, like, when we meet him at Chev, he grabs that stick and he's gonna fight the guy, Crandall's guys. He's like shaking and he's like, "I'm gonna fight you guys." It's just, and now he's a practical and he's like, for all intents and purposes, a terrifying practical.
He has authority now.
As authority. That's right. That's right.
That's what happens when you give authority to sweaty teenagers.
That's what you are so right. You are so right. So we'll move on. So we'll move on to our next segment, which is our best meme of the week. Georgia boy, that's you. Take it away.
It's not really fitting. That intro is not really fitting for what I have to say. It's basically, I had a meme of the week like 3 weeks ago. You probably saw it.
This episode was recorded 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, the link will be in the description.
Again.
That's it.
It's funny. It has to do with a blue person. You've seen it. You've seen it.
So, and we'll move on to our final segment, which is our character spot. Now, we might have talked about Severard for a bit there, but the true spotlight shines on
Me, Crandall.
No.
He's a little shit, but what can I do?
No, it's
That was
Mason.
good.
It's Mason.
Exactly.
That was good.
Perfect.
That was good. Oh man, Mason. We've all been there, folks, right? Where we've had a job.
You work for a nepo baby,
Nepo
but he pays the bills, so whatever.
and the Nepo baby doesn't pay the bills, but the dad of the Nepo baby does, or the mother. And it's just a shit job.
Yeah, they just go out of your way to make your day as difficult as possible every single time. So why couldn't this be easier if you just had a tiny little bit more ego, Just shrink that down, That's it.
Just a bit. Not too much. But no, Mason, this giant of a man, this giant softy of a man, because he looks at Chev and he's like, "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry, I have to break your bones.
Yeah, it's like he has the look. He has a face that says, "I'm sorry," but he still does it anyway. It's like, all right, why don't you just beat the shit out of the Nepo baby and be like somebody else did it?
Yeah, and you know
There's
what?
no cameras. There's no cameras. Just kill the fucker. Kill the fucker. Kill the fucker. Hold on. Just kill the fucker. Blame it on like a local, a rival gang, and that's it. What?
The reason why he doesn't, on a serious note, is because he is the beginnings, the experiment of Gunner Broad. And
my God.
and he's like, just I could totally see Mason be like, "It's good to have a routine. I'm sorry, just doing my job. I'm just climbing this wall, killing Styrians. Oh, I'm just, I'm just defending my farm. Oh, I'm just working for Savine. I know she's kind of a bitch, but she's she's my boss. Oh, whoopsies. I go killing again. Oh, whoopsies, I cheated on my wife. Whoopsies. Oh."
I don't
because
think
Mason's a pussy.
Well, here's the thing. You make a good point in connecting those two, Harrison, and I think we shouldn't like undersell the fact that that's a big through line in Joe's works. Like even Logan and a lot of other characters they always have like this fatalistic approach, right? Well, I gotta do it. I'm forced to do it.
Yeah.
might as well. I'm just a leaf on the water, right? As you say,
Mhm.
Harrison, all the time. And Mason, even though he's a minute character, only in here for a couple pages, is emblematic of that as well.
Yeah, that's probably one of Joe's most
Go-tos.
consistent themes is
yeah.
a man stuck in a task who's just a leaf on the water. I think that's why Logan you always bring back to Logan when you think of Joe, because that's always such a thorough,
Mm-hmm.
But that's because it's so fucking prevalent in real life as well. Like everybody knows, everybody's been like this. Everybody has been.
Yeah.
But you see it so much in other people as well.
Yeah.
It's just like it just takes some responsibility, even if you don't recognize it at the moment. It's weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good lesson.
Well, I'm glad that this podcast episode that was a complete mess and in shambles and a monster to edit, it's ended on a strong philosophical note for once.
For once. Well, and with that, Mason, we hardly knew ye. Well, folks, before we sign off, we just want to thank you for being so patient with this re-recording of an episode, and obviously with me being about 20% present and 80% in the realm of anger and despondence. I appreciate your forbearance, and I know Harrison and George do too. So with that, that's our show, everyone. We want to thank you all for listening and supporting this podcast. As you know, this is a passion project for the three of us, and your support means oh so much.
And we said it last week in The Fool's Job, so sorry for the confusion again. But next week, we will be doing Skipping Town, The Nerd Country Summer 577, and Hell, Dagaska Spring 576.
And make sure you follow us on all of our social media or send us an email at circletheworldpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts from. And please make sure to rate and review us. Thank you all again for listening. Best thief in Westport.